Hey everybody, happy Saturday and happy full blue moon in Sagittarius. So tonight I am doing the forecast because tonight is actually the first day of the 3-day cycle where for the full moon where you can actually tap into its energy. So I'm doing the forecast tonight because tomorrow when the full moon peaks, that's when we're going to be doing our full moon virtual journey, which we're going to be doing through Zoom. I'm going to be doing 2 of them. It's the same journey, but one at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the others at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All coasts are welcome. So if you're interested in tapping into this lunar cycle, this amazing, powerful full blue moon, if you wanted to tap into the energy and engage with it and be able to move through this month with grace and strength and abundance, definitely direct message me here. There's still some spots available where I can register you and add you to the Zoom link, send you the music, and then we're good to go. Okay, so you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this full blue moon in Sagittarius? Okay, so here we go. So on May 31st, 2026, at 4:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we actually will experience the second full moon of May, a blue full moon in Sagittarius. So that's when it's going to hit its apex, is at 4:44 in the morning. This event is happening at 9 degrees of the sign of the Centaur, and it helps us gain more clarity about the broader meaning of everything that happened in the past weeks, particularly since the full moon in Scorpio began the month. The Sagittarius full moon reminds us that growth is not linear and invites us to release what is no longer purposeful and authentic within our lives, especially on a personal level. Okay. Also, what is going on with this full moon's meaning? Where am I in my thing? I lost my spot. So, no longer purposeful and authentic. This blue full moon in Sagittarius is particularly significant for people born with planets or angles in mutable signs, such as Gemini, my Virgos, Sagittariuses, and Pisces. We all can tap into the energy, but certain lunar cycles actually affect some signs more than others. So these mutable signs are actually going to be experiencing a significant shift in perspective and potential, turning points in one or more areas of their lives. These people, these mutable signs, are being asked to trust the path that intuitively calls them and let go of outdated beliefs and narratives that no longer align with who they are becoming. And that's also the energy that all of us can tap into as well. But it's really hitting those signs hard this month. So let's give you a reminder about what blue moons exactly are. So blue moons actually occur when 2 full moons occur in the same calendar month. This is a rare, uncommon phenomenon, hence the saying, once in the blue moon. The ordinary course of time is slightly altered by these events, which remind us that time is cyclical, not linear, and that our usual rhythm of life is out of sync with the timing of nature. So this full blue moon in Sag is a gentle invitation to attune to what is happening in our inner world and align with a different pace of life. For all of us, it's time for change. We literally are 6 months into 2026 now. We're entering our 6th month. This is a destiny year. Please take advantage of every opportunity you can to be able to heal, release the things, and let go of things that might be stagnant or no longer serve you, as well as tuning in to your authentic self and listening to that voice inside, that guidance that is telling you where to go. So you have to literally change your energy to change your life. I want you all to be smart and know that things aren't perfect, but I need you to change your energy and put on them rose-colored glasses and start looking towards your future with hope and faith, knowing that you are going to align with yourself and your path in this lifetime and be able to heal and live an abundant life, a happy life, a passionate life, a love-filled life. That's why I'm here talking with you. That's my life's work, to ensure that you get to that place. There is so much more to the lives that so many allow themselves to be trapped in. All I'm asking is for you to take a chance. Just take a chance. Step out of your comfort zone with me and a leap of faith. And let's work together to change your world. And this is a destiny year. So your energy here is so important. Whatever you plant this year, the attitude that you're going to finish off this year is setting the pace to what is actually going to occur for you within the next 10 to 20 years. So that's your span. So this year is important, and that's why I keep stressing, let's get the work in. Let's get the sessions done. Let's get your blueprint laid out. Everything and anything is possible. All we need to do is clear some of that clutter, cut off the debt weight, and lay out the plan. Follow it through while living in the present. Okay? Okay, so as you guys already know, the full moon brings opportunities to access more clarity about the journey that we are all on, individually as well as collectively. These events mark the culmination of the lunar cycle, a moment of completion and revelation, a time to reap the rewards of our efforts and share our work with others. When the moon is fully illuminated by the sunlight, the sun is in what is technically known as an opposition at a 180 degrees angle. That highlights the contrast between two opposing and complementary signs, asking for a mindful integration of the opposites. So on this particular blue moon, the Gemini-Sagittarius polarity is in the spotlight right now. This is the axis of learning through which we are attribute meaning to our experience and understand the reality that surrounds us. You got to expand your line of sight. You got to look around you. You got to become aware of what's happening so you know how to maneuver around it or move through it. This is why we're doing this forecast, to make sure that this month, with everything going on, that you are going to have the best individual outcome. And I'm here to help you. So the sun in Gemini opposing the moon in Sagittarius brings the spotlight on the relationship between the information we have and the meaning we attribute to it. Now, what's great about this full moon in Sag, it's that it's creating an authentic life. While Gemini seeks to explore, gather data, and listen to multiple perspectives, Sagittarius is more concerned with looking at the bigger picture and following what is true in the moment, living in the now. This exact opposition invites us to find harmony and balance between our curiosity and desire to search for more information, and our ability to connect with the wisdom within ourselves and trust our intuition. Now, while we're in Sagittarius, which is a mutable fire sign, the moon actually fuels our need, and this is all of us we're talking about, for expansion, growth, and truth. Her need is to follow the path that calls us, the path that feels intuitively true, even if not entirely logical. I have done so many readings and sessions with people in Life Path and Crossroads. And then we'll go through what Spirit has for them. I'll give them the entire reading of what's going on. And in that moment, that's why I'm glad that I record the readings and they take notes. In that moment, what happens is they're like, I don't know. Like in the mind, they're questioning. And a lot of what happens in a reading isn't happening right now. It's things that are going to happen within the next 6 months or year, or where their trajectory is over the next few years. So I cannot tell you how many times people have contacted me, texted me, or sent me a direct message. Said, you know, when we did our reading, I wasn't quite understanding, or was like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. But 6 months later, a year later, everything that you said was going to happen has come true and transpired, and I just wanted to let you know. Everybody's looking for instant gratification. Life doesn't work that way. Because remember, we're trying to get rid of some of this dead weight. So a lot of the times when we're doing a Life Path session, when we're doing a Crossroads session, there's certain things that you need to do to get rid of the dead weight, the stagnant energy, to release some of that vibrational density. A little bit of healing that needs to happen. A little bit of those coming to Jesus moments where we face things. So that you get rid of all of that. So it creates the space for you to expand and the development and for what was meant for you in your life to be able to move in. Universe will work with you. You meet the universe halfway, and I'm telling you, it will respond not with the other 50%, but with 150%. But you have to choose to engage in your life, to listen to your intuition, to follow what Spirit had given you, and move forward. If you don't make those decisions, I'm going to do another reading for you within 3 months, and you're going to turn around and look at me and say, Elena, not a damn thing you said happened. And I'm going to look at you like I've done for so many. And I said, because you didn't do a damn thing that Spirit and I told you to do. And I have so many stories, people that keep on, you get information from me, you need to understand. At that point, once we do a reading, you know better. You are given knowledge. You are given warnings. You are given to-do lists, a path. We create an entire blueprint for what's going to happen in your life and exactly the things you need to do to get there. I have had people, and since you've already had the session with me, do you know what happens? If you don't listen and utilize the information that was given to you, what Spirit does is, Spirit has a funny way of pulling you, giving you what I call a universal bitch slap because you didn't listen. So they're going to knock you down. And then you're going to have to pick yourself up. It's not too late. And do what you need to do. Some people I have worked with have had to have that universal bitch slap and be knocked down. Amy Berg, where are you? For years, because they were fighting against it or wanted things to work out in a different way. And it took a while to build up the courage and to realize their own self-worth to be able to do what they needed to do. So my Ames, she got knocked down a fucking well, excuse my Jersey, and she had to claw her way out. But after that well drop that she had, she said, okay, I get it. I don't want to go any further down into the earth. So she did what she needed to do. And she created the entire life. Started to what she needed, which is huge. You know, and we're not perfect. We do things, we cry, you know, get out of the well, we start moving forward. Shit happens. And then we got to keep going. Life is not perfect. We're humans. We're here to live a human experience and to learn our lessons. So it's not always easy. But I promise you, it's worth it. Okay. So I think I lost my spot, but that's okay. So I'm going to repeat it. This full blue moon in the sign of Centaur inspires us to let go of our attachment to what is keeping us small and dares to make a step out of our comfort zone to follow the desires of our hearts. This current event, this blue moon, is asking us to release outdated beliefs, get rid of them, and ways of thinking, and open up the unexplored paths and possibilities we haven't considered before. So, sudden realizations, like I said, and insights could help us access clarity about something we have been questioning in our life. The invitation for us these days is to temporarily step away from the immediacy of our feelings to access a wider perspective of our lives and recognize any changes that need to be made. Got it? So, let's look at the stars, because it's not just about the moon. It's about the stars and the planets as well. So right now, the full moon opposite Uranus and quincunx Mars. This is a big one, and this is a little volatile, because we know that Mars is extremely volatile. So I need you to listen to me here. The full moon in Sagittarius opposes Uranus in Gemini and forms a quincunx with Mars in Taurus. These alignments suggest a growing restlessness and potential challenges with emotional regulation. The invitation for us is to be curious about what triggers us and why, while being particularly mindful of how we respond and taking care not to react on impulse. Balance your energy. Pay attention. The opposition to Uranus continues to indicate we are navigating times of strong unpredictability, and what seems stable for a long time may no longer be. Uranus disrupts habitual patterns and habits, asking us to adapt to the unexpected changes faster than we are comfortable. This alignment indicates a degree of overstimulation of the nervous system and challenges us to stay grounded in the moment, even when we feel agitated or anxious about the future. When you start getting those feelings, take a step back and breathe. Breathe. Breathe in and out as many times as you need to, and balance your energy. The quincunx between the full moon in Sagittarius and Mars in Taurus indicates a disconnect between how we feel and how we act. Quincunxes are aspects of a paradox that ask for negotiation and adjustment between seemingly incompatible needs and desires. This Moon-Mars quincunx emphasizes the challenges of integrating our desire for stability and comfort with our need for expansion, growth, and adventure. The invitation for us to allow the emotional energy to move and express without reacting impulsively or suppressing what is arising. You need to allow the energy and the feelings and what's going on. You need to allow it to flow through you. You can't hold things in, because if you do, you're going to create that vibrational density and you're going to get stuck, or you're going to explode on somebody, or you're going to sit there and have a freaking nervous breakdown. If you allow yourself to go through these emotions, to be aware, to tune in, to pay attention, and you allow the flow, you are going to move forward in your life with leaps and bounds. You actually are going to end up with that flow, being able to be more in control, because you know how to regulate your emotions and work through them. Now, this is also very important about this insane Mars issue that we have going on, okay? So right now, with an irritating aspect from Mars, another part of the spiritual meaning of this full moon is to achieve your goals and desires with patience and awareness and flexibility. But the blue moon aligns with the Mars-like star Antares. It adds aggression and competitiveness and favors business, politics, and war. Go figure. Mars is the god of war. Antares is the star of war. So we got the planet and the star. And it's not a good omen for peace. So you really have to be aware and check yourself. Check your emotions. Tune in. Listen to your inner voice. And move through your life, your world, accordingly. The powers that be, our country, the government, the different nations, everybody needs to take a step back, breathe, and open up lines of communication. With right now, it's not going to happen easily, if at all, in the way that everybody wants it. And if it does, it's going to be for a while very unstable. So you still have to manage to not focus so much on that because you can't control it, but to focus more on you, the war that's raging within you or within the world around you, and move through it and change that, because that's what we need to worry about. That's what we're doing. Making your world better so that you have, amidst all the chaos, a little bit of peace, a little bit of joy, a whole lot of love, a whole lot of happiness, and abundance, and amazing health. It takes work. You have to care enough about yourself to do this. Okay? Now, Moon quincunx Mars. The moon is also trine to Saturn, but it is about 1/3 weaker than the Mars aspect and has the opposite influence right now. So we do get a little bit of help with this bad omen thing going on. A more significant influence on the full moon in May, astrology comes from the powerful fixed star, like I said, Antares, at 10 degrees Sagittarius, which is really important. So with the full moon being quincunx Mars, it brings a passionate striving for achievement and success. Like I said, you can chase your desires and compete to win with courage, initiative, and a willingness to take risks, and an offensive mentality. Sharper instincts and intuition that guide your actions. But this is all the stuff we can tap into and take advantage of. Hot damn. But there is a risk of insecurity, indecision, oversensitivity, emotional volatility, and impulsiveness. You may become irritable, short-tempered, easily provoked, or rebellious, and acting out of anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, or spite, and that can lead to impudent decisions, loss, embarrassment, and depression. Okay? Other things during this energy, the series of unfortunate events that happen when some of these alignments are kind of back and forth opposing each other. There's a risk of theft right now, scandal, disgrace, sickness, and pain or injuries to face and eyes, so you're aware. And patience and awareness allows you to channel anger into hard work and creativity. Physical activity is especially helpful and relieving tension. Okay? When you experience the emotion of anger, it requires a physical release. If you get angry or frustrated, you do not want to hold that anger in and tap it down, because you're going to be like a pressure cooker. And if you keep on holding things in, there's other things that are going to happen that are going to frustrate you, that are going to make you angry, and that steam is going to go up and up and up, and then you're going to explode. So if you find yourself during this lunar cycle getting really angry, ticked off, or triggered, take a breath and go do something physical. I don't care if you go out in your garage or the gym and work some rounds on the heavy bag. Go to the gym, work out, go for a walk. If you need to, go outside or in your pillow and scream at the top of your lungs to release it. Get a tarp. Put it in your garage. Take all that anger you have, old dishes and glasses, no mirrors, but all of that, and smash them down. Just smash them on the tarp. And then I want you to get like a piece of like a mirror, or you can get a guitar or whatever piece you want to use, and get yourself some mortar. And then I want you to make a mosaic. It's a fun thing to do. If you're a crafty person and don't like the idea of going and lifting some weights, throwing mitts, or screaming at the top of your lungs. And take those pieces on the floor and put them into a bucket in the different colors. And then I want you to make a piece of art in it. It's broken into beautiful. There's even those rooms that are, where people can go in. They're demolition rooms. They're big in a lot of places now, where you can actually go in for a half hour. They give you a sledgehammer and you just rip a wall down and you smash some blocks. Go cut some wood. You have to release the anger this month, and you have to find a way. I know I am really pushing it, but anger needs a release through a physical activity to allow it to flow. And then that will help you relieve a little bit of tension. Okay? So that's important. Now, irritation right now. The aspect pattern highlighted in this full moon is an irritation triangle. It supplies energy and motivation for work and achievement, leading to all-out effort and constant planning for new things. It also creates a constant inner tension that continually recharges, making relaxation impossible. A permanent state of tension creates uneasiness and nervousness, making you a highly strung and constantly on a go. Knowing that this is what's going to be happening and why you may be just basically all tensed up or losing your mind. Knowledge is power. You know what to look out for. You know what's going on, and you know you have to release it and balance your energies to move through it. Mars provides this outlet for relieving tension and stress through, like I said, assertive action. So this leads to short or long bouts of hectic overexertion. However, it seldom meets the desired results. When it does, they don't last. So new possibilities are continually considered but cannot be realized. Escalating tension can result in a sudden outburst of anger, breakdown, or crisis. But if you do what I asked you to do, what I suggested, okay, with flexibility and adaptation and release, you can be evasive and quickly compensate for the damage caused or hurt feelings. Proactively using Mars provides the awareness to continuously look for new possibilities, to learn more, and achieve goals and real objectives. Okay? Guys, got it? It's a big one, right? Okay. So now we're going to move into, where am I? I got to find myself. Did I already go over that part? Okay, yes, we went through that. So now we're going to move on to the full moon square the lunar nodes. Okay. Both the sun in Gemini and the moon in Sagittarius, as well as Uranus, are squaring the nodes of the moon in Virgo and Pisces. The activation of the nodes emphasizes the karmic relevance of these times and creates a feeling of urgency relative to making changes or moving forward. Many of us feel stuck in repeating cycles and patterns and feel they are very close to shifting them, to breaking out of them. Turning points and breakthroughs are likely these days, and old, forgotten memories may suddenly come to the surface. So we have the opportunities to recognize the skip steps in our development, something unresolved that needs to be taken care of before we can move on. For this reason, we may come across situations or issues that feel strangely familiar or unusually charged, as if we were revisiting something we thought we had already moved through. So the pressure is on right now, and the opportunity for us to avoid responding automatically interrupt cycles of compulsion, repetition, and suffering, and to integrate parts of ourselves that split off a long time ago. Moving on. Full moon trine Saturn and Neptune, sextile Pluto. So right now, the moon in Sagittarius trines Saturn and Neptune in Aries and forms a sextile with Pluto in Aquarius. These harmonious alignments support our ability to stay grounded, deepen our emotional and psychological self-awareness, and have faith in the unfolding of events, even if we don't yet see the purpose. The activation of Saturn supports the development of emotional maturity and of the capacity to take responsibilities for our actions, choices, as well for how we express what we need and feel. Neptune's trine to the moon facilitates empathy and compassion, while reminding us that at times the most compassionate thing to do is to set boundaries and make clear decisions. Pluto's sextile to the full moon inspires us to go deeper in our transformation process, and face uncomfortable truths without shaming or blaming either ourselves or others. It's our coming to Jesus moment this month. Around this time, we have an opportunity right now to understand our and others' choices on a more profound level and release attachments that aren't helping us grow. So, let's move into this a little bit deeper, shall we? Okay, where am I? Okay, going a little bit deeper. So this blue full moon in Sagittarius is also explaining to us that growth, is not linear. So as the full moon in Sagittarius peaks, her ruler, Jupiter, is in Cancer right now and squaring Chiron and Aries. This square can bring doubts about the higher meaning and purpose of our own experiences. We may question our faith and find it challenging to hold ourselves in times of uncertainty. Chiron at 29 degrees of Aries is exposing wounds around self-trust, self-assertion, and have the right to exist and take space, since the last degree of the sign is activated. Our experiences are getting more radical right now and drastic around this time. Jupiter in Cancer emphasizes the importance of coming into contact with our inner intuitive wisdom instead of searching for answers outside of ourselves. It starts with us. We have to look within. You already have all the answers you need. You just have to open yourself up, tune in, and listen. This combination of energies reminds us that our emotions carry wisdom. They always carry a message that needs to be taken into account. In Cancer, Jupiter intensifies the need for emotional honesty asking us to embrace vulnerability and dare to share the truth of how we feel. Right now, these days, we have a chance to witness how far we have come and reach more clarity about the meaning of everything that took place throughout this calendar month. On this blue full moon in Sagittarius, we are invited to step back and strive to see the bigger picture of our lives. We literally have an opportunity to recognize where we lost touch with our authenticity and choose to follow the desire of our hearts. This lunation reminds us that growth is not linear and asks us to trust the path that is revealing itself as we walk it. Understand? Trying to see if I went through everything. Now, we're also in the constellation of Ophiuchus, and I don't know how to pronounce it. So it's spelled Ophiuchus. My brain just went dead, so I totally screwed that up, but I'm only human. So this particular constellation that we're in is the Serpent Bearer. It gives a passionate, blindly good-hearted, wasteful, and easy seduced nature. Prudence, wisdom, healing abilities, unseen dangers, enmity, and slander. It rules poison and medicine. So right now, let's bring this all into, full circle. The Mars aspect for this full moon, 2026, the Mars aspect in the configuration creates with the May 2026 full moon have similar influences. Both create tension that escalates towards a sudden, impulsive release of energy, resulting in an outburst of anger, a breakdown or a crisis. Combining this emotional volatile energy with the militant fixed star Antares brings the risk of conflict, accident, violence, and war. The moon phases. So the influence of the May 31st full moon's last 2 weeks until the June 14th new moon, astrologically, the full moon is influenced by the preceding new moon. So the May 16th new moon is encouraging diplomacy, cooperation, and peace. So there are reports right now that a peace deal is closer than ever in the Israeli-U.S. war on Iran. But the new moon was conjunct with the fixed star Algol, so there is always the risk of extreme misfortune. And that's why I talked a little bit about that earlier. It's very volatile right now. It's very unstable, and you have to be aware. So the moon conjunct Antares, quincunx Mars, makes war more likely than peace. So it means it's going to be a while. You're going to have these ceasefires, which, let's face it, have we had a ceasefire yet, or the past few years in any of the areas where there's war going on that actually was a real ceasefire or longer than a couple of days? We have to tread lightly and do what it is that we need to do, okay, which is very, very, very important. Now what I want to go over, which I'm so excited about, I broke down your individual signs. Are you excited? I did. I broke them down. I have to find it. I broke down your individual signs, and I'm so excited about this. I have to find the file where I did it. Where is it? Okay, here we go. All right, there's my file. I was able to pull up my file. I hate using a computer. I like it better when it's all written down. But I did this work a while ago, so I just saved it. All right. So, this rare blue moon in Sagittarius acts as a cosmic mic drop, a powerful opportunity for radical honesty, expansion, and shedding the weight of outdated beliefs or situations. Because Sagittarius is the sign of the seeker and the truth teller. This lunation right now demands that you align your outer life with your inner reality. So here is how this energy is rippling across the zodiac. The collective theme for us all is burn and build. The energy during this full moon, this blue full moon in Sag, is fiery, restless, and deeply focused on freedom. You are being pushed to stop intellectualizing your feelings and start taking action. If a situation, job, or relationship has felt claustrophobic, this moon provides the clarity and perhaps the final push needed to break free. So we're going to focus by the elements. Where are my fire signs? Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is this is for you for this lunation, for this full moon cycle. Right now, my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is my fire signs. You feel this most viscerally. So you guys are feeling this most viscerally. So it is a time for a major personal reset. Your identity and sense of purpose are being recalculated right now. Focus on what makes you feel authentically you, rather than what you think you should be doing. We're not supposed to do anything. We're all individuals, and we're different. So you have to follow your individual path. So focus on what makes you feel authentically you, rather than what you think you should be doing. Now, my air signs, which I happen to be one because I'm a Libra, my Geminis, Libras, and the Aquarians. This is a time to speak your truth. Your relationships and communication are under the spotlight right now. Stop playing the peacemaker at the expense of your own needs and start having the conversations you've been avoiding. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You are being asked to re-examine your definitions of success and stability. If your routine feels stale or your workload feels like it's devoid of joy, use this energy to pivot toward a path that offers more personal satisfaction. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is a deeply internal shift. You are processing the hidden truths that you've been carrying. You need to focus this lunar cycle on emotional clearing and healing. You don't need to solve everything at once, but you do need to let go of what is draining your spirit. So is everything becoming clearer? This full moon, this full blue moon at the end of May, as we go into the 6th month of this destiny year in Sagittarius, you need to make it all about you. Once you do that and do what you need to do, everything else is going to fall where they need to and work itself out. Time to take care of you. So now we're going to go through, I'm going to give you help you navigate a little bit for this month. And the focus area, relationships. The advice I could give you during this full moon and lunar cycle is be radically honest. And this is for everybody. Be radically honest. If a connection is restricting your growth, it may be time to let it fade. Don't be afraid to let go. I know it can be hard. But if that relationship or that situation is blocking your growth, is restricting you, is holding you back, is stealing your joy and your happiness, it's not worth it. You need to let it go, because once you do, a huge weight will be lifted off your shoulders and amazing things will start happening to you. Career. Stop forcing paths that don't align with your soul. Seek expansion, not just security. It's a call to action for you to not just settle. Life is so much more than most people realize. They walk through their entire life settling. It is what it is. Get comfortable but get stuck. Or have a whole bunch of, I should have done this. What if I had done that? Tune into yourself. Seek expansion, not just security. Personally, the things that we need to do, all of us during this lunar cycle, clear it out. Purge the clutter, physical and digital, because that keeps you anchored to the past. Purge it emotionally too. Purge it mentally. All the clutter, all the dead weight, everything that's oppressing you, get rid of it. Toss it. Let it go. Cut the cords. It's going to be part of tomorrow's journey. Okay? So the ritual that I want you to do, this moon is not about making minor adjustments. It is about taking the leap into the next chapter of your destiny in this destiny year, 2026. So as you look towards this month and review and listen to this forecast, consider this. I want you to consider this and ask yourself this question. What truth have you been holding back that, if spoken, would finally set you free? Once again, this moon is not about making minor adjustments. It is about taking the leap into the next chapter of your destiny. As you look towards this forecast, consider, ask yourself this question. What truth have you been holding back that, if spoken, would finally set you free? Okay, so that, my loves, is our full moon live. And I hope it helped. If you have any questions, please DM me and ask me, and I will get back to you. Now is a really good time to book your sessions. Get those sessions get those sessions in. Just DM me and I will put you in the soonest available slot. It's time to work together. It's time for you to release and take charge. To engage and live the life you were meant to. And to let go and heal from all the hurt and the trauma that came before. Also, DM me. Like I said, we have that full moon virtual live journey that I'm doing tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock EST, 8 o'clock PST. All coasts are welcome. Hit me up, DM me. Let's get you registered. I will send you the music and the link for this amazing journey. You don't want to miss it. It's one of the most amazing things that you can do for yourself. And you get to connect with our soul family, our community. I love you guys fierce. You have an amazing rest of your weekend. Be brilliant and shimmer for me. I love you guys fierce. I'll see you soon.